Hey everybody, welcome back. Today it's just me and Lana. And we're here with Cormac Harkin, founding member, one of the founding members of Vine Permaculture. Hey Cormac, good to see you.
All right, how's it going? Nice to be here.
Great to have you too, buddy. Well, let's just jump right into it. Let's just tell everybody who you are, give us a little intro. Talk about what you're doing at Vine Permaculture and get into some other stuff. So after you, buddy.
All right, cheers. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks for having me here. I'm Cormac. I'm from Derry, Northern Ireland. Engineer during the day, permaculture designer, and co-founder of Vine Permaculture. Background in electronics, about 20 years electronics repair mostly. I've also a master's in computer science. I got my PDC in 2019, and I've been designing ever since. And gardening wise, I have a 1/10 of an acre plot, which we're moving out of soon because we too many children. We need a bigger space, and going to try and use that as an opportunity to basically transition to working full time in permaculture and also having my own plot that I can start practicing more on a bigger plot. We launched Vine August of last year, so we're about 9 months in, 5 designers from 4 countries. And what else? I volunteered at a repair cafe, keep the circular economy going. And also I curate the Twitter account for Smallholders Ireland, and that's basically the equivalent of homesteaders in the UK and Ireland.
Cool.
So
Cool.
That's the 60-second pitch.
There you go.
Yeah.
How much land are you trying to get? Are you staying local where you're at, or are you going more rural than what you're doing now?
We're going to stay local. We did look. Basically, if I had my way, we'd be living in Portugal or somewhere sunny. Go south. But it's just the case with family. We have both sets of our parents are around 70. And we live like it's a 5-minute walk up the hill to my in-laws and 5 minutes walk down the hill to my parents. So it's like, right, we're going to stay local. And size-wise, depends how well Vine does this year. So we're going to rent the house for a year, give it a good go, get it all got full-time. So we'll leave my full-time job, hopefully, giving it 12 months. And it's 12 months make or break. If it doesn't work, I'll go back to work. And if it works, happy days, then I'll get a bigger place in next year.
Great. Yeah, that's really convenient. 5-minute walk. It's about a 16-hour drive to go to my parents' house and almost 2 hours from my in-laws. So I'm kind of jealous that you got that much support, but I did to myself. So that's awesome.
Yeah. No, it is handy because they pick Wayne's up from school and stuff, and the school's as well. It's only 2 minutes up the road, so everything's convenient. So we're happy we are. Why rock that boat?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you want to dive in a little bit deeper in who your partners are. I guess you don't have to call them out by name, but he said 4 different countries, right? And
yeah.
Get into kind of what Vine is, offering, what makes you guys unique.
Yeah. Well, partners wise, we have Crystal. She's in Australia. Colleen, he's in France. I'm here in Northern Ireland. And Mike Jones, he's in. Always forget what state, Mike. Vermont. I always forget Vermont. So that's just 4 of us, and then there's Guest here who's just moved to Northern Ireland as well. So me and him's going to be working more closely together. So for Vine Permaculture Ireland, hopefully, trying to get some local installs and stuff like that. So Vine, it was like we were all doing our own bits and pieces. So it was like, why not come under the one brand and give us instead of duplicating roles, we team up. So I do the website. Colleen's very good at writing blogs. Crystal's good at social media. So Mike's got his own homestead, and he's got a good plant database as well. So we've all got different skills, that we bring to the table. What we offer, we have sort of three lanes, three sales lines, really, three offerings. So the first one is for beginner gardeners. So we do designs because we're all designers, so why not offer designs? And then we have our free lunchtime learning program. which it's basically aimed at very beginner gardeners, because we found that a lot of the permaculture education was often aimed at people who already graduated their PDC, but it wasn't aimed at that sort of entry level. So we thought, right, there's a gap there. Maybe we could fill it. That's where we could contribute to the larger sort of scheme of things, larger community. So that's where we thought. So we do our lunchtime learning episodes. I think we're in episode 10 now. We have 30 lined up. It's just a matter of getting them published out. So that's basically introducing beginner gardeners and how to grow an edible garden. And it's very, very much at entry level, just introducing them to the concepts of permaculture and growing without chemicals, and just sort of trying to shift their mind slightly to saying, right, they can do it, and encouraging. Then we have the second sort of part of our business then is towards permaculture designers. So from our own experience, going from PDC graduates to professional designers, all the things that you have to learn there. So we clubbed together all our knowledge and thought, right, well, how can we offer a course for someone? And so instead of that 12-month sort of gap that you have to learn, we provide that in a short course, and then we hopefully get it certified. So the likes of yourselves, if you were looking for a designer and had our course, well, you would know that they're at a certain standard. So it's trying to get that sort of certified in a way it's just respectable to other people. So we have that's the PDC to professional course. We offer a designer's kit. And then our third offering is towards companies. So it's offering like companies designs, trying to sort of facilitate relationships between communities and companies. And then, don't kill me for this. How do you improve their ESG scores?
Yeah.
No, I realize we're sticking our head out slightly with the ESG CSR stuff, but if you look on it, yes, there's a lot of greenwashing. There's a lot of things around it that are greenwashing. That's fair enough, but there is genuine companies out there who are trying to actually genuinely improve themselves. So we want to associate ourselves with them and give them an option and an offering to say, basically, if you do this design for this community, or you have 20-acre field sitting there doing nothing, if you put on a community food forest, how can that improve your ESG scores? So we'll do a report before and after and say, well, here's how it improved your ESG score. So like there's no getting around that. There's no greenwashing that. So if it puts trees in the ground and feeds people, well, we're okay with that.
There's no harm in that. Yeah. Where do you offer the lunch and learns? Is it on YouTube? Is it where can people find that?
Yeah, so you'll find that at YouTube or at Vine Permaculture.
Okay.
And basically the way that works is you'll find it on our site. Sorry, it'd be a better place to go. vinepermaculture.com/grow. And basically there you get 3 blogs, which is like 3 articles. So if you want to write it, then you get 3 videos. And then after that, we have a podcast where we basically talk about our own experience. So if it was compost, and we sit and chat about crap for an hour or water or whatever it is, or whatever the topic of the week is. So there's 40 topics over the course of a week. And it goes from basically getting a seed, getting soil, and getting water. That's how we go up to I think the 40th week. Then we run the food forest layers and support species, just stuff that you really have to think about your garden as a system. Start to think about your garden as basically you're feeding the soil first, feed that life, feed the biological life, and then it's plants secondary, which for a beginner is a big mind shift. Instead of just throwing your tomatoes in and keep watering my fertilizer. So it's just basically the bare basic concepts.
Yeah. Cool.
That's awesome. And then any kind of personal goals for your homestead, any kind of animal integration or particular plants you are looking to get or like to collect or nerd out on, or that kind of stuff?
I am the least exciting gardener in the world. I love potatoes. Not to encourage the stereotype of Irish people, but it's just, you throw a potato in the ground.
It's amazing.
And it multiplies. And sooner or later, it's like a weed, because if you miss potatoes, just more come the next year. Particularly where I am, we don't get a hard frost. Like my ground never freezes, so the potatoes do all right over the winter. So
Nice.
like I'm constantly picking potatoes out of my compost heap, out of the ground. They just keep coming up, and so stuff like that's easy.
Mhm.
What I don't like is like I don't like growing tomatoes because you have to go out every day, every other day. You have to keep an eye on them. You have to, and then it's just too much work. So it doesn't really suit. So what I style of garden I would want to do is like have a small kitchen garden with herbs, but a salad, like a small salad garden, doesn't
Mhm.
actually take up that much room or that much effort. You just have to keep succession planting and make sure you have it, keep it
Yep.
cool so it doesn't bolt in the winter. But
Mhm.
like for the salad, I'd be self-sufficient in salads over the summer in a very small space. So it's easy gardening and it's providing you your nutrition.
Mhm.
It's not that much work. So it's a good entry level for a beginner as well to do that. And then probably more like crops like potatoes, turnips, where you just plant them and you come back a few months later and you harvest them and keep it simple.
Garlic. Yeah.
Garlic, yeah,
Garlic and onions too. Yeah, you need to
yep.
throw those in
All,
there.
all the simple ones. And just because basically the time at the stage I'm in life, I was 3 young children. So I don't have time to be in the garden. And it's just the practicalities of the matter. But I still can grow a lot. I like the fruit trees, the perennials. So I'll be definitely more into the perennial gardening. So I want an orchard, like the Stefan Sobkowiak style, the permaculture orchard. So just get plenty of fruit, plenty of strawberries, raspberries, and then the few annuals, the salads, and then the storage crops. Put it in the ground a couple of hours a week, and you're grand. And then what I really like is composting. So definitely getting chickens. I've done the deep bedding method with chickens, and I think it's really good for producing compost. So you get the wood chips, chickens manure on the wood chip, and it just that soaks the wood chips up. So in an urban area, that doesn't smell, and it's really really good for an urban because it just doesn't smell. Now, if you let it go where you don't have enough wood chips in there, it will start to smell. But that's a good indicator, right? That's just telling you that you need more carbon in there and more wood chips. So it's like that. Love to get pigs. I would love to add that, and probably rabbits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rabbits are great. I have two, and my garden is thriving from their crap. So, and the chickens too, but just having that alone this year with my crops has made a huge difference. My potatoes are probably one of my favorites too. So I can't judge you on those being one of your favorites. So my bed is just full of just green, it's beautiful. So I can't wait to pick everything. So I don't blame you. It isn't easy, just 6 potatoes and it's just full. So pretty cool.
Yeah, and I'm gonna send this to Atlanta's neighbor. Tell her chickens don't stink because I know Atlanta does deep mulching. But that's a whole side tangent.
Exactly.
But I was thinking about her. I'm like, oh my goodness. But yeah, pigs, love them. I'm getting pigs in like a week. Just finished the enclosure for my chickens and pigs today. So I'm in full support of your plan pretty much all the way through.
Yeah, and then I have each of the kids have got their own requests for animals. I think one wants guinea pigs, and their manure's good as well. So it's like you have to think: is that how can I use that? One of them wants a cat. It's like I happy days. The cat will keep any rodents down if I'm out a wee bit in the country. What was the other one? I rabbits, guinea pigs, and a cat.
There you go.
And then you'll like this one in lizards and stuff. Then it's like I'm not so sure about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Still trying to convince my wife about my tortoises, but that's it. It's a battle. So you said you gave it 12 months. What's kind of the game plan for the rest of the year for Vine and all that? I mean, I know you have the lunchtime learn, getting 20 more of those done. How many big contracts coming, working with anybody as far as the ESG or ESR and all that kind of stuff coming up or no?
We have one potential opportunity coming where basically it's a beer brewery. and they want to grow bigger, but using incorporating a permaculture design and visitor center. We'll see how that one goes. In terms of plans, it's just basically getting our heads down, and the market seems quiet at the minute, so it's just creating value and putting that value out there. So if it ever does pick up, so we all have our own jobs, we all do our local jobs. So for me, the 12 months off is more to concentrate on the local business. So whether that's like I have a wormery out the back, so whether that's selling worm mix or it's even composting, a nursery, it's just basically clear the decks now, get out of the house, and then just sit down and say, right, where do we go from here? And because we have a podcast called the Permaculture Vine podcast, is where we interview professionals. And basically now I'm trying to learn off them, sort of glean information. Right, how can I apply that in my circumstances? They make that transition and try and get a plan. So it's not as if it's like 12 months. It's been going on now for the last 2 years. So it's like just another step in the progression. So trying to just sort of seeing what works locally, because it is a socially deprived area, so there isn't that much cash about it. So one of the things I'm doing is giving a talk. So I'm going to a bank at the end of the month, giving a talk, trying to encourage people then how to grow. So I'm going to just throw a lot of spaghetti on the wall and see what sticks.
I get it.
And then just focus, and that's like the permaculture stunt technique. Just see what happens, plant the seeds, put myself out there, see what comes up, pivot, take advantage, see what grows, and then just go with that. So that's as much of a plan. I don't have a detailed step-by-step plan. Some people might struggle with that, but it's just get my head down and work for 12 months and just see where it leads. And if it doesn't work out, I'll just get a job again.
Yeah, understood. We're kind of in the same place. If Kevin was here for that brewery, he would tell you to incorporate black soldier fly and use that spent barley and brewing grains to have a side business for them or you to grow black soldier flies for chicken food.
Well, the breweries, and it's not on here. It's in the States. But there's a few breweries here. So it's like one of the things I'm going to do is they have a zero waste thing here, where they look at they get companies together and see if you can use the waste streams. So if I did get the I'm not sure about black soldier fly, but maybe in a small scale. I don't even know if you get soldier flies here. I'm not sure. But I definitely composting. That's one thing I'm looking at, because I enjoy that. I could sit and shovel compost all day. And I love making it. I love trying different things with it. I love when it gets hot. I just enjoy it. It's like probably the engineer in me just building something and out the back playing and getting a bit of exercise, and I'm building really great soil. So everybody's a winner. No gym membership needed. So I would collect coffee grounds up until recently out of a local cafe. So that's on my way back and forward from work. So just picking up them resources and trying to find uses for them resources. On my small plot, I make an awful lot of compost. Like I have always loads to go around. So, and that's just picking up resources outside of me. So I'm thinking that's one of the things I might look into. Problem is then you get into the whole regulations and stuff, and then you have to learn it, and then it's just everything's just a challenge to be overcome at this stage. So I'm lucky enough the wife just let me just get on with it. And so I'm happy to have her buy-in as well. So that's always good support. But no, definitely no plan or it's not laid out exactly. But if I laid it out exactly, it would only end up changing anyway.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Enjoy it while you get to do that.
Yeah. And as well as so the install site as well for Vine Ireland, we have an potential install coming up as well. So I think it's getting that first one done, getting your videos, getting your thing. They say, look, I've actually done something here. and I'm hoping that sort of stimulates more installs and more in-person stuff. So between the seminars or whatever, teaching, and then we have the online side, then just keep plugging away, making the content marketing, getting out there, learning as much as we can, chatting to people like yourselves, trying to learn off you, trying to just network and communicate, and just I'm sure these opportunities are going to come up. If we're not out there, they're not going to come up.
Right.
Mhm.
Being out there as well, but I enjoy that side of it anyway, so it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can definitely make a lot of compost with a family of 5 too. No, I
Yeah,
know how that
yeah.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, I got, because we were moving, I got rid of I not got rid of the chickens. The chickens went to my friend's house, and I must the chickens. I must that compost. I must get in every couple months and turn it over. So
Mhm.
definitely chickens and compost, and they'll definitely be back in. And
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll be able to make more than enough for they work a half-acre plot, and I think that's more than enough.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And plus, chickens are fun. They're
Yes,
weird
they
and they're silly. So
they're good pets, really good pets, especially for kids. So I think your kids will like them.
Yeah, they loved them. They had them named, but then it was sad. One morning, one of them was dead,
Oh.
and I was like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
that's the downside. But at least they're learning about life and death.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the farm life,
Yeah.
things always live. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Any aspirations for like bees? You guys have any issues? Pollinators and stuff, especially here in Florida when it's summer. I barely see anything, but I've seen a drastic change just in my yard with birds and insects in the 9 months, 10 months I've been here. So that's I realize I asked like 5 questions in one, but I was going to ask about bees.
Yeah, bees again. It's something I'll definitely be doing. They have a local bee club here, and every 12 months they take in an intake. You get a course, you get a hive, they send you on your way. So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, it is. It's like 2 minutes on the road for me. Locally here, it's actually really good for permaculture here. They got £6 million, which is what $7-8 million for a permaculture farm here. So they're building a permaculture farm, allotments. The council funded like 200 people. They start growing their own food in their own backyard. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
definitely taken off here. So hopefully as well, that when that takes off, when people see that, they'll want it in their own gardens. So then
Mhm.
I'll be able to offer local consults and things. And definitely if I have once I get settled, maybe a community plot where people can come and learn and things.
Mhm.
So bees is definitely on that list. I did toy with the idea, but it was because I live in a really tight space. People said to me, it's okay, you can stick them on your garage roof, you can stick them down the back, but then all they have to do is swarm and go under the wrong garden and I can't get to them. And then if you have babies and stuff about, so it was just right. The risk assessment failed.
Yeah. I have them just recently. My dad gifted them to me because they had them at my parents' house and on his back deck for years, and would get 5 gallons of honey just each season. And so this year he's like, "Can I put some bees in your backyard?" Which I have a ton of space and I live on a green belt, and so I have them now, and they're pretty amazing. I didn't realize I was going to have to feed them so often, but I fed them. I think it's just some sort of sugar water mixture. I don't know. He mixed it up in this big 5 gallon bucket. But I went out there today and had to fill them up again. I don't put any of that stuff on. Just they're very kind. They don't do anything. And at first, I was a little bit hesitant, thinking, because we've got kids too, and they're closer to the back neighbors, but really they just kind of do their thing and come back and go to bed each day. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
I didn't need convincing. It's just I wasn't in a position to convince anybody else. I was like, no, what?
Yeah, you
I'll
can.
leave that battle for another
Right.
day.
Totally.
But I'd have them tomorrow if I could. Like it would be.
Well, yeah, to give them
Mhm.
away, that's cool. That's a
But
neat system.
yeah, and well, we don't have I don't think we have too much problem with pollinators here.
Mm.
A lot of wasps.
Oh yeah.
They get quite annoying August, September
Hmm.
in the garden.
Mhm.
But no, definitely get bees. It's on the list. Everything's on the list, but
Everything.
taking Mike's advice, Mike Jones, he tried everything. He said, "Yeah, just start one by one."
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's true.
He made the mistake.
Yeah, it's true. It's like
Going at
chicken
it.
math. Chicken math for sure. You just keep adding and adding and adding to your homestead. So that's
Yep.
exciting. I'm excited to see where you are in 12 months.
I
And
hope they document it on my own YouTube channel. So I'm hoping they start it now. The wee girl wants to help me with that. So the two of us will be a YouTube channel next week, I think, starting containerizing the garden, getting everything prepared, getting everything dug up, normalizing my garden again. So when it goes to sell,
Mhm.
the way it is, I don't think it would get, unfortunately. Selling a permaculture garden is great in all theory, but that's not going to sell my house. So,
Mhm.
and
No.
I want to take my plants with me. So I have a lot of bamboos to divide, pot up, raspberries, all everything's coming with me basically that I can fit in pots. So I'm going to try and document that and see how it goes. And will I get a couple of shorts done a day or full length videos? I don't know yet. It's just squeezing things in. And I'm a glutton.
Mhm.
Every time I get like a few spare hours, it gets filled with something.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anything about that.
Well,
uh,
Ian's a pro mover on plants, so he can help you move across wherever you're moving, huh?
Yeah, wouldn't be cheap to fly me out there, but I'll help.
Well, yeah,
uh,
virtually.
Yeah.
I think I might be better buying a small plot. Just uh, uh, so hopefully I might get an allotment. So here they have allotments as well, which you get like your whatever it is, 100 square feet. So
Mhm.
see about maybe if I get, depends where I move, I might get one of them so I can just turn up and put all my pots on there and look after them that way. But I don't know. I'm just going to wing it and see what happens because
Mhm.
Yeah, more fun that way.
more
At least I
Mhm.
fun.
think. Yeah.
So you can follow me. My YouTube channel's at Cormac Harkin on YouTube. Well,
Anything? Any
yeah.
final thoughts, Cormac? Before we
No,
start
but
plugging on your stuff.
I've been watching all your stuff. Really enjoy it. I think, am I your first international guest? Did I get a claim to fame?
No,
Canada,
we had one
Canada's.
in Costa Rica, but you're
Oh,
second, I think.
Mm,
You
nearly
get a
got
sure.
it.
you get a
Uh,
silver medal.
For
near there.
sure.
Uh,
Yeah,
That's
but just let everybody know where to follow. You said Cormac Harkin on YouTube,
yeah,
but
that's YouTube. I have a pile of links. I'll probably best emailing thee. So it's finepermaculture.com. For the lunchtime learning, it's finepermaculture.com/grow. And you can find all our lunchtime learning episodes there. Our blogs, we have, I think last count, 60 blogs up,
there you go.
which is quite good for such a short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
I think we
Mhm.
have another 60 odd planned. So, and then
Yeah.
it's just the YouTube videos and they accompany that. It's not perfect, but we're learning as we're doing.
Mhm.
And
Mm-hmm.
we're going to see where it goes. And then we have the YouTube at the Permaculture Vine, the podcast. That's going well. Really enjoying that.
Mm-hmm.
We get to chat the permaculture practitioners all over the world. Amy Finneck was today. She tells a story about how she went from a corporate career in Spain, transitioning into an eco village in Germany, and then back to her own eco farm in Spain. So that was over a course of like, was that 5 or 6 years? She took her. Christopher Nesbitt, that one was really class. He has to travel up a river to get to his property on a boat. So like he's completely disconnected. He's doing agroforestry in Belize. And he's out there. He was working for a chocolate company and a cacao growers association. He ran that, and really interesting stuff. Syntropic agroforestry, and like he's doing. I would say he's doing a lot more than some people who are getting sort of a lot of YouTube hits and a lot of YouTube views. It's not there. It's just that he's just doing a lot of stuff that's really class. So learning about things they got, making them connections and bringing them forward. That's what we sort of want to do with the podcast as well as. And then you had like Leszek Frankiewicz. He's in Poland. He's done 40 designs. And so a lot of people who are doing stuff aren't putting it out on social media because they have no time because they're actually working on designing.
Exactly.
So if they have an hour to come on the podcast and chat to us, it's great for us to share their story. As I said earlier, I'm learning from them, getting hints how to do that. And then it's sharing our story as well because it's bringing that. So, and then that's like our service to the permaculture community as well. That we're sort of getting involved in that. So for me, that's really, really exciting that we're getting to chat to all these people. And sorry I didn't name them all there, but I think there's 10 or 11 at the minute.
Yeah, you didn't even tell them about episode 7. Who was on episode 7?
He was on episode 7.
No, but that one, Christopher, right? His name in Belize. I watched that one. It was good. So I recommend that one too.
So we're hoping to get him back on again because it was just getting that much stuff. There was so much stuff we had to chat about. It was like a drinking from a waterfall. Like it was just what do you call it? Drinking from a hose. It was just that we didn't know where to go to. So we were sort of taken aback by how much he actually had done.
That's cool.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody. Thanks Cormac for coming. Really appreciate it. I'll put everything in the description for everybody so you can get in contact with him and his team. Thanks for watching. And then Kevin's not here, so I'm going to say, remember to grow your grass off. See you, everybody.